Herculean gifts. Spider-Man's controlled and Batman with his fist. Clearly I don't see myself upon that list. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for
All right. Well, welcome, guys, to our business opportunity overview. My name is Coach Keon Corniff, also known as Mr. Finance, your favorite financial educator and business coach. I am a regional marketing director here at HDI with over a decade of experience. I am currently located here in New Jersey. And, one of the things I want to tell you that you're in for quite a treat today, because just to tell you a little bit of background about myself, before I got into this industry, I used to work 3 jobs. I used to work from 3:45 in the morning to 11:30 at night. And because the system that I learned here was able to help me to fire all 3 of my bosses within 2 years, I was able to go full time within the industry. Before HGI, I started with a company called World Financial Group, which is one of the previous companies that our founder created. And I worked with them for over 10 years until I came within HGI within 2022, June of that year. And within my first year being with HGI, I was able to cross over 6 figures. And within my second year within HGI, I was able to help a person to become over 6 figures as well. So I just want to tell you that the opportunity is here to help you and it's here to grow you. But if you take it seriously, it will change your life. So what I'm going to do is just put on a quick introductory video and show you a little bit more about HGI, and then we're going to get it started. Here we go.
HGI is a financial services marketing company that is looking for entrepreneurs from all walks of life who want to build a successful business. Here are 8 keys to building a successful business with HGI. The demand for financial professionals is greater than ever. In fact, there is low supply and high demand, creating incredible opportunity for entrepreneurs. This is the first key to a successful business. Number 2. The problem with most jobs is that your income and opportunity is limited. Even with promotions, each position has capped earnings, and you can be downsized at any time. At HGI, our company is structured with no limits. You get to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. The next key factor to a successful business is having leveraged efforts. Any successful and profitable business in the financial industry runs with a team of professionals. A real estate brokerage has many agents, and an accounting firm has several accountants. As a financial professional, you are limited to 24 hours per day to produce business. But if you could make money on the efforts of a team, you could scale to hundreds, perhaps thousands of financial professionals. Income diversification by leveraging the efforts of others is essential to build stability and long-term wealth. Number 4 is talent retention. As you build your business, the last thing you want to happen is to have your team members leave to start their own independent business and become your competition. HGI's system is designed to retain your top people by providing them the opportunity to be just as successful as you are. If the problem is big enough and the solution is big enough, then you have the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. The market conditions couldn't be more perfect. Trillions of dollars are moving from the baby boomers and seniors down to the millennials and Generation Xers. This great wealth wave is moving fast. Now is the time to catch the wave. And that makes perfect timing number 5. Number 6, residual income. For many professionals, the only way to make money is by writing business with their own pen. They start back at zero every single month. If they stop closing deals, the money stops. The smarter way is to write business that pays passive, residual, ongoing income from the business that you and your team produce. Next is the unique products and services. In business, you have to stand out from the competition and offer something that sets you apart. With HGI, we teach clients industry-disrupting concepts, which are game changers. From self-directing their retirement plans to alternative ways to eliminate debt, HGI has a solution to help clients from all walks of life. The most important key to a successful business is a turnkey system. A business is only as successful as the proven systems that it has implemented. Our turnkey leadership format system is proven and predictable. The system helped build not only one, but 2 separate billion-dollar market cap companies. Both of these companies became #1 in sales in their respective industries. This system has produced over 20 million sales and has paid over $2 billion of payouts to the field. The leadership format system has over a 35-year track record and is led by the architect of the system, HGI founder, chairman, and CEO, Hubert Humphrey. With a resume like that, why would you look anywhere else? Contact your HGI associate to learn how you can build the business of your dreams and conquer your future. For the right person, HGI is the best opportunity in the world.
All right. So as you can see, you learned a lot about who HGI is. And just to give you just a little bit more context about what's amazing about our firm is the fact that HGI, we are an integrity company. Okay. So if you don't know who integrity is, I would highly recommend you to Google who's integrity and see the partnership that the Hegemon Group International has with them and what makes it so unique. So HGI, what we do is that we are a financial marketing and distribution firm. And when it comes down to what we do is that we provide people with a financial education. We also help them with financial planning, and we also help them with financial services. But most importantly, we also help them with opportunities to be a broker and actually start their brokerage with us so that way they can learn and earn. Now, why are we doing this? Is because the simple fact that our goal is to help families learn how to create wealth. Creating wealth for families is something that we've been doing for over 40 years, over a decade. Okay. And all thanks to our founder, Mr. Hubert Humphrey, which you'll learn a little bit more about as we go. Now, there's four major reasons why we're doing this because there's four major concerns that every family has. Every family is concerned about number one, how do I make more money in this economy? Number two, where do I save my money? Number three, how do I grow my money? And number four, why do I need to protect it? Why do I need to protect it? And how do I do that? That's what these families are concerned about. And that's why we started teaching families how to create wealth because it's important for us to understand how to do that. That's why if you have a dream, we have the vehicle to make that accomplishment happen for you and your family. And that's what this opportunity, this overview is going to show you how we're doing it for families today. So I want you to take really good notes because as we get into some of the concept, the first thing we're going to talk about is why is financial education is going to give you financial freedom. And it's not a dream anymore. It's actually a priority. And you got to realize that there's two things that we look for, security and freedom. Okay? There's security and freedom. And Robert Kiyosaki talked about this in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And let me give you an example of that. For many of us, 90% of people seek security in two ways. It's either becoming an employee where they have a job where they trade time for money, or they go ahead and become self-employed where now they own a job, still trading their time for money. But did you know that 90% of the wealth and the freedom that you truly desire comes from you being a business owner? Not because you're good at business, but it's because you own a system that make your business become profitable, predictable, and most importantly, duplicatable. Now that's when you start sharing people the opportunity so that way you could grow off the efforts and create income. When people make money, you should be able to make money. That's how the greatest business opportunity work. Now, by doing this very well, your money should be able to start making you money. That's when you become an investor, you start to own investments. This is called the cash flow quadrant. You got to be able to build a business that could generate you income so that way your income could always generate money. It's one thing to make commission, but it's another thing to understand the importance of overrides. And if you don't learn the difference between earning income and passive income, then you'll never understand how to become super successful and wealthy. And that's why I want to tell you guys that we're on the verge of showing you how to do that with HDI. So most people dream of building their own business, but no one never teach them. So that's why HGI, we are positioned ourselves for over the past decade, we're in the financial service industry. When you look at the financial service industry and realize that it's one of the biggest industry in the world, we're talking about where great opportunities to build your greatest enterprise. Because why? We have a high demand but a low supply. Look at the financial service industry compared to the retail and real estate. Did you realize that in the retail industry, $1 trillion, $24 trillion industry, and the real estate industry, which is a $32 trillion industry, add those two together, it doesn't come nowhere near the financial industry at $109 plus trillion industry. Why is that? is because when you look at the market and see the demographic of people that needs financial education, they need financial planning, they need financial services, they need an opportunity. See, we have financial strategies and solutions for all age group. We look at the Generation Z, right? These are 68 million of them. And what is that they desire to learn about? They want to learn about financial security. They want to learn about purpose-driven opportunities and careers. When you think about the millennials, 82 million of them wants to learn about how to get rid of their student loan debts. They want to learn how to build a career that's going to pay them not for a lunchtime, but for a lifetime. When you look at see the Generation X, 64 million of them wants to learn about wealth accumulation and tax benefits. The baby boomers, 76 million of them wants to learn about wealth recovery and wealth acceleration. And then you look at our seniors, over 40 million of them wants to learn about retirement income and legacy transfer. Why? Because there's trillions of millions of dollars of assets that are moving. And when money's move, money is made. So when you think about the greatest wealth wave and the greatest entrepreneurial explosion, it is happening in the financial service industry, and you could be a part of that. So when you look at HGI, HGI has positioned itself, right, to be one of the financial service marketing companies that offer a system to build your business. And in this system, we're going to train you. You're going to receive training, you're going to receive coaching, and you're going to receive mentorship because our vision is to lead the financial revolution. Our mission is to create wealth for families. You see, as a business person, we want to make sure that you have business education that's for all entrepreneurs. Financial education and solutions for all of our clients and students. We want to make sure that we empower you. Because when you look at who's able to make this happen, it's our leader, our fearless leader, Mr. Yuba Humphrey. We look at HGI leadership, 4 years, 40 years of decade of dominance, 40 years of dominance. And when we talk about disrupting the financial industry, no one have done it better than Mr. Humphrey. You're talking about a man that started this career with A.L. Williams in the 1980s, that was able to implement a system in the A.L. Williams Corporation, build that corporation so well that they became the number one in selling the most term insurance, number one in selling the most mutual funds, and caught the attention of Citigroup. Citigroup then turned them and bought them and became now what's known as Primerica. Primerica today pays over $1 billion to their field force, all thanks to Mr. Yuba Humphrey building that. Also, when it comes down to WMA, World Marketing Alliance, when he decided to start his own company and pretty much became their competition. In the 1990s, Mr. Humphrey used the same very system that he built the A.L. Williams with and built WMA with, and now became number one in investments, number one in variable products, number one in mutual funds again. And it caught the attention of companies like Aegon, that Aegon turned around and bought this company and now turned it into World Financial Group. World Financial Group is the company that I started with, and I was with them for over a decade, thanks to Mr. Humphrey, that have created that amazing opportunity for us. And then he signed what's called a no compete, and he got into then real estate. He got into the real estate in the 2000s and used this very same system that he used in the previous companies and became the number one in mortgages. But then the real estate market crashed, and his no compete was now finally over. And here we are today, the new disruptors, creating the most dominant companies in the industry, that is HGI. So when you look at what the HGI has to offer, we have an amazing system, all thanks to Mr. Yuba Humphrey, the architect of $2 billion market cap companies. And that's what HGI is on the verge of becoming number 3. So we have a great future because we have a great history. And when you think about HGI, yes, the HGI vehicle leadership format system is why we know that, yes, you could be great here. You see, if you run the system will build your business with us. And our system is proven, it is predictable, and it is profitable. You see, this is the most powerful duplicated system in the industry. And many of them have come from this system. Name an IMO out there, and I guarantee you they got taught by Mr. Humphrey some way or the other, or they're using his system in today's day. And that's what it looks like to work with the originator, not the copycats. So ultimately, HGI's role is that we provide a world-class training and support where we provide you with a university where you could come and learn. We give you access to things like our our Cyber Zeus, or we have an RMD Academy. We have our conventions and Top Gun, and even office trainings and meetings for you to come and learn here. We have digital and marketing. We have a ton of it. A lot of our software is in our back office. You will get access to some of the top class marketing, and you will now have to pay no extra funds to get access to this. Also, we have a lot of rewards and recognition. Our rewards and recognition is second to none. We're talking about top class recognition where someone's going to recognize you for your hard work. Your hard work, right? And you're going to be in a position where you could get recognized. Not only do you get a ring, do you know that when you earn over $50,000 with our firm, we send you a custom watch? And when you earned over $100,000 within our firm, we send you our ring, our championship ring with diamonds in it. That's for you to recognize. And I want to help you to accomplish that as well. In your first 90 days, I want to help you to get a watch. Within your first 6 months to 12 months with us, I want to help you to get a ring. But it requires you to commit and follow the system. We have dream trips and destinations that you get to travel the world. Within HGI, we have gone to so many places. Some of my favorites is like Hawaii and Europe. One of the greatest trips I've had with HGI within my short period of time here, is the fact that I was able to go to Hawaii. And they showed me what a five-star lifestyle looks like. All complimentary to the HGI. You could be a part of that as well. All you have to do is come here and learn, and you could earn. But further, you get access to leadership and mentorship from some of the top players in our firm. Our firm have multi-millionaires that will come and teach you, mentor you, and guide you so that way you can be successful just like them. I'm very fortunate to have that. And that's what you have access to as well. So that's what the opportunity I have in store for you. But most importantly, it's not just about how can you build a business, but most importantly is how to win the money game and understand the principles of wealth building. See, in our firm, we're going to teach you how to put together proper protections. You're going to understand investments. You're going to learn how to put together college planning either for yourself or for your children. You're going to learn about taxes. You're going to learn about retirement and legacy planning for you and your family. So in our firm, we're going to take the time to teach you how to maximize growth on your money. We're going to show you how to multiply and compound your money. So that way you can learn how to build a net worth. You will also learn how to minimize your risk. You're going to learn how to lock in your principles and the gains. We're going to teach you how to optimize taxes so you understand about tax later versus tax free. You will learn how to preserve your wealth. You're going to learn about how to avoid, litigations and probate. We're going to teach you these fundamentals. So in our courses and our classes, you're going to learn how to increase your cash flow. We're going to teach you how to create an emergency fund. We're going to show you how to manage your debt, how to put together proper protection, how to build wealth, but most importantly, how to preserve it. You will learn all of this in our program. So you're going to learn how money works. And by the time you finish within our 90-day program, okay, you're going to learn about a lot of these concepts. You're going to understand things like the rule of 72, how to be your own bank, how to pay yourself first. You're going to learn how to outpace inflation. You're going to learn about tax advantage for your retirement. You're going to learn about the dime method. You will learn how active money management looks like and life insurance with living benefits. These are just a few of the concepts that you're going to be learning in our program. You're going to learn about the magic of compounding interest and what is called the rule of 72. Because when you learn that the rule of 72 tells you how many years it would take for your money to double for you or against you, you're going to learn how to use this concept. But when it comes to interest, it's important for you to learn also the difference between compounded versus simple interest. And it's so crucial for you to learn the difference between these two because these two different type of interests can affect you positively and negatively if you don't use the right one. So you're going to learn the difference between the two. You will also be learning about how to manage the risk because the power of index contracts is important for you to learn. When it comes to saving and investing your money for your retirement, you either have one of three options. It's in an index, or it's in a variable, or it's in a fix. And until you understand how these three different options can affect you in a positive or a negative way, you're going to learn that in our firm. Because many people had to sacrifice returns for safety, while other people sacrifice safety for returns. What the index does, it brings together the best of both worlds, where you're able to get the upside potentials and the downside protection. And that's what we're going to show you how to protect your retirement into the years to come. So you're going to learn about tax diversification, tax-free retirement. You're going to learn what it means to get your money taxable, tax deferred, or tax advantages. So you can learn the difference between what it means to be taxed now, tax later, or tax never. We're going to talk about that so you can understand how to really diversify your investment. So taxes are one of our biggest expenses when it comes to our wealth, and you could pay your taxes now, or you could really pay them later on if you like. But you got to understand how to optimize taxes by creating the right balance. That's what you're going to be learning here within our firm. You're going to learn about inflation. You're going to learn about retirement, medical, and long-term care. You're going to understand why life insurance with living benefits is so important to know. Because here's the thing: how long would $1 million last if you was to have a critical, chronic, or terminal illnesses? Even if you saved up $1 million in your 401k, you have $1 million in your IRA, $1 million in stocks, how long would it last? Because when you think about retirement risk, did you calculate in the fact that inflation going to be a risk factor? Market volatility is going to be a factor. Longevity is going to be a factor. What about income streams? That's also a factor. And then when you look and see that the annual median cost for long-term care is increasing every year, how would that affect your money that you have saved up over the years to come? Would you have enough to take care of yourself if you was to have any chronic, critical, or terminal illnesses and still able to enjoy retirement? Because these costs are not getting lower. When you look at the fact that a homemaker service is going to cost you over $51,000, if you want to get home health aid, that's going to cost you over $52,000. If you want to be in a nursing home in a private room, that's going to cost you roughly about $102,000+ annually. How long would that $1 million last? So these are things you got to plan for. So that's why we want to teach you. You're going to learn about life insurance that you don't have to die to use. Now, within our firm, the good thing is that when you start your brokerage with us and you become a broker, you have the accessibility to have a diversified products and services that you could provide to your families and friends and acquaintances. Why? Because you're not able to provide these services, but not only just do you educate them, but you could plan for them and also provide the services as well. So when it comes to life insurance, you could teach families about all form of life insurance. We're talking about anything from whole life to IULs, index universal life insurance, term insurance, mortgage protection, or even final expense insurance. You'll also be able to educate and provide services for people that want to get into the stock market. They want to learn how to become an active money management. You're also able to provide those services through our referral program, where you don't even have to need a securities license to provide that service. You can also help families with your index annuities. All right. You can show them how to move their 401ks and make it become from unsecure to make it now become secure. We can also help families with our estate planning, where we put together their wills and trusts and so on. So that way they don't have to lose their legacy and just become only a memory. And you don't require you to become a lawyer. We have a law department and a law firm and a software that helps you to help families structure their estate planning. We also have opportunity where you can refer real estate opportunities for families to become land owners, where they can become like land investments and land banking. They're in a position where they could really start to do this and diversify their portfolio. Or if you want to go out and get your health license, you could also provide Medicare Advantage and supplements for families as well, and even health insurance. Okay? You can help families with all these things. So not only you will be learning about asset protection, asset accumulation, and asset distribution, but you're also going to teach families how to do the very same thing. The great thing with our opportunity is that yes, it's like a one-stop financial shop. We're like the financial footlocker, right? You never have to sell it, but we just have to tell it. So ultimately, we have a great platform where we're not captive. HGI is not an insurance company. We are not captive. We don't have our agents captive. We're not looking to make you captive. You are a financial broker. Okay. You are a broker, and we show you how to build a brokerage so you can give people the opportunity to learn and earn. So these are some of the companies that you'll be representing working with us. And these are just a few. This is not all. So these are some of our top companies like, North American, Corebridge, FNG, Nationwide, which is always on your side, right? A Nexus, Mutual of Omaha, Ethos, Athene, Lincoln Financial, American Amicable. These are just a few of the companies that we represent. And these are some of the companies that we could help you with. And for those that like to do like health insurance, yes, we have access to agent pipeline. All right. And we have a lot of platform for you guys. So I just want to tell you guys that we are very diversified here. So when you introduce the industry, let me just give you an understanding of what the financial service industry looks like. When you look at the top of the industry, right? You have the financial institutions. Those are the nationwide, the American Amicable, just to name a few of them, right? These are the institutions. These are the guys that produce and design the products and services for us to educate our clients about, plan about, and help them to structure it. All right. So they give us the products and services. They are the one that provide those services. Now, where we come in is on the second level. This is where you could now create a distribution system. This is where you create an agency, a brokerage, right? That IMO. This is where you're able to recruit and build others that have the desire to make commission. By doing that, you're able to make overrides. Okay. But we're going to talk a little bit more about what that looks like. Also, when it comes down to level three, this is where you become the financial professional. You're the one that provided the service, right? So you become the financial professional, which is the agent, and you're able to provide the sales and the marketing and make a commission doing that. Now, by us doing that to our clients, where our clients able to consume the products and services because they got the education, you earn a commission. But if you teach others as well along the way, you're also able to make a override. And that's where we start to show you how to build a business within the financial service industry. Now, let's show you what that compensation look like when you put it all together. In our firm, when you start to build your business on a personal level, this is if you just want to come here and say, hey, I just want to provide services. I want to provide, the education, the planning, and I just want to do that. Now, if you want to do that, you're just going to earn personal production, right? Commissions. So if you were able to help one family every week, four every month, just teach them where to save $300 every month, which is $3,600 per year. If you're able to teach each family how to do that, four of them every month, and you do that for a year, as an associate within our firm, you're earning over 68 plus $1,000 annually. As a MD, a marketing director within our firm, you're earning over 91 plus $1,000 annually. If you're an RMD like myself, every time you do that, where you help four families every month, one every week, you do that for 12 months in a row to save $300, $3,600 annually. Now, as an RMD, you're earning over 118 plus $1,000 annually just doing that. Now, that's the power of our firm. But what if you say, hey, I want to make overrides? I want to build a brokerage, just like anybody else. It could be in real estate, they have a brokerage, they have agents, right? But there's someone that's the broker, the senior broker that started that agency. Same thing here. So if you become a broker and you're now at an RMD level like myself, and you start to help families and you gave them the opportunity. So imagine you gave the opportunities to five people, and there's five people who are just an associate within our firm, right? And you teach them how to do the very same thing that you have done. You have helped one family every week, four every month, and you do that for the whole year. You teach five people how to make 68 plus $1,000 annually. Did you know that in our firm will pay you over 228 plus $1,000 on top of your $118,000 that you have earned? So now you're in a position where you could earn over 347 plus $1,000. Yes. But would you want your business partners to only remain as an associate? No. So you work with them. You help them to grow to become an RMD like you. So imagine you now build them and you start creating what's called generational overrides. Now you have helped five of them to grow their business where they also have five associates and they're earning 347 plus $1,000 as well, just like you. Did you know that our firm would then pay you an extra 731 plus $1,000 for doing that? Imagine you doing that as an RMD where you're earning an extra 118 plus $1,000 on your own personal pen. You're overriding and you've helped five of your associates to make over 68 plus $1,000. So you now earn a total of 347 plus $1,000. But then you help those five associates to get five associates as well. And now you help them to become an RMD. Now you're earning over $1 million annually. That's how you learn about our business. And that's what we want to show you how to build $1 million business within the next first 1 to 5 years. In the next 1 to 5 years working with us. And that's where we're going to show you the power of personal production income. We're going to show you how to build field training income. We're going to teach you how to create an agency override income, expansion override income, renewals and residual income, equity share credit program, and our managing partner program income. So there's many ways to earn an income with HGI. There's over seven. And we just want to show you how the fact that you can build and expand your business in all 50 states in the US, Canada, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. You could do this. And we want to show you how to do that every time. So ultimately, we have an equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody has an equal opportunity here. And with our opportunity, we're going to teach you how to join, own, and share, and teach you how to really build your business. When you join HGI, do not join HGI because you just want to make some money. Join HGI because you want to join our mission to help families learn how to create wealth. Join the mission. Join the mission. Join the focus on making impact. And then when you come in HGI, don't just come in HGI to own a product. Come in HGI to own our system, own the education. So that way you have the power and the credibility and the confidence to share why you joined our system. Share with people how you joined the system to help families to create wealth. Share with people why you own the education about finance and the system to build a business and a brokerage here. And that's what you do. So ultimately, yes, our firm requires a low startup cost. It's a one-time membership administration fee, a one-time administration fee of $200. That $200 do your background check because it's not one of those join me companies. We have to make sure that you are qualified to be within our firm. You have to go through the qualification period. So we have to make sure that you are qualified to be a part of our firm. So that does a background check. They set up your back office and they give you access to our marketing, our tools, our training program, our platform. So that way you can even start studying for your licensing and ENO and so much more. So that's a one-time fee. There's no franchise fees, by the way. You don't have to worry about any franchise fees. HGI is not a franchise, and we do not charge any franchise fees. There's no monthly fees, weekly fees, none of that here within our firm. You don't have to pay any fees to get access to our platform. There's no loss of job security. You could start with our firm part-time or full-time. So you could keep your full-time job and work on your part-time business until your part-time business can replace your full-time income. And there's no experience, no necessary. There's no experience necessary with us. People from all walk of life could be a part of our firm from all professional background, and you will learn how to run this business. So you don't have to come in and feel as if that I got to understand finance. I never understood finance when I first started with HGI or when I first started within the industry. I never understood it, but I learned because they were able to teach me how money works. They were able to show me how money works, and they were able to show me how to make money work for me and my family. And they could do the same for you. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And that's something I want you to remember coming into this. So ultimately, when you look at the fact that yes, HGI is the right opportunity for all type of people from all walk of life. Because when this company could look at a guy like me and give me an opportunity, knowing that I have no college background, okay, they've really taught me so much to the point where I was even to go to colleges and teach finance. You have people like that's coming from all backgrounds. I'm talking about people that were lawyers, doctors, okay, real estate agents, teachers, college dropout, high school dropouts, big time entertainment managers in the music industry. This is the type of opportunity that you have in front of you. So where does your journey? Where does your journey as an HGI opportunity, how does it start? Well, when it first starts, we're going to do what's called a business fast start within your first 24 to 48 hours as a trainee. We're going to start fast start you where we're going to teach you the power of joint own share. And then we're going to show you how you can own the finances so that we can start working on your personal finances within 24 to 48 hours as well. Our goal is to help you to become a trainer. So we're going to give you the opportunity to not only join our crusade, but most importantly, own the education in the system so that way you have the power to share. You have the confidence to share so we can show you how to build your business, your brokerage with us within the next 1 to 6 months and show you how to get your license so you can become a builder. And ultimately, the system, you're going to learn the system so well that it's going to ultimately take power over your business and show you how to expand your organization within the next 6 months and beyond. So the goal is to help you to become a leader here. We want to help you to become a leader within the next 6 months and beyond because we have a great opportunity. So freedom and flexibility and lifestyle is what we have to offer to you. But most importantly, We want you to come together with us so you can learn together with us, so we can work together and grow together and help a lot of families along the way. So, as I come to a close, and I want you to realize that yes, we have a turnkey business system here, unlimited opportunity, and we just want to teach you all of it. So, based upon everything we talked about, right? I want you to think about this. How do you see yourself going forward with us? How do you see yourself going forward with us? Do you see yourself as a referral source? Do you want to just send us people that we could educate on your behalf, people that we could, teach on your behalf? Do you see yourself as just a referral source with us? Or do you see yourself as someone that say, "Hey, I definitely want to become a student. I want to come here and learn about finance. I just want to understand how money works, right? So I could become better with my own." Or do you see yourself as a client? You want to learn the fundamentals of how to create a stronger financial foundation. You want to learn and see if you could qualify for those different services we talked about, especially when it comes to estate planning and putting together your finances. Or do you see yourself as someone that wants to become a financial educator, a broker, a financial professional? Do you see yourself as someone that's also just want to learn and earn, right? You're someone that wants to learn and earn within the financial industry and within our firm. So if that's something that you got to know, you got to let us know, where do you see yourself? Now, all you have to do at this very moment is text us. Where do you see yourself going forward? I want to be a referral source, or I want to be a student, or I want to be a client, or do I want to become an educator? Okay? You want to become a broker with us? Where do you see yourself? Text that information to 321 312 30130. Once again, text it to 321 312 0130. And we'll be more than happy to set up a time where we can do an interview, answer all your questions, so that way we can empower you. Okay? We want to answer all your questions because at this moment, you probably have a ton of them. So, once again, text where you see yourself to 321 312 0130, so that way we could set up a time and answer all your questions that you may have. All right. So, with that said, guys, my name is Coach Keon Corniff, also known as Mr. Finance, your favorite financial educator and business coach. And it was such a pleasure to be your educator for today. So, always remember that, hey, you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. So, always remember that the choice is always yours. Until next time, talk to you guys soon.
I want something just like this.